Alright, so boom. Welcome back. From the title, man, you already know what we talking about, bro. We talking about the one debate in the basketball community that literally people will die about for hours and hours and hours, arguing in circles but getting no conclusion. We're talking about the Jordan LeBron debate, bro. And I'm not here to pick sides, honestly. I'm here to be a median. Or however the fuck you say it. I don't know, I'm gonna drop out. I don't even know what fucking words I'm using. All I'm saying is the Jordan LeBron debate will never end because people aren't debating to come to a conclusion. People are debating their preference. Because when we think about it, let's be honest, let's lay all the cards on the table. Michael Jeffrey Jordan, even though anybody that knows me, I call him the bald-headed menace. I don't like him. There's a lot of things I don't respect about him. But on the court, I can't lie. Even as a person who did not witness his peak, I didn't witness him at all, honestly. Just from the stats, the accolades, the stories, and actually going back and doing your due diligence and like watching his game, the man was amazing. Hands down, bona fide, amazing player. I always say he's before his time. I personally put Jordan in that Wilt and Bill Russell class because those two guys have big asterisks on their careers compared to modern players because of the competition. I feel Michael Jordan is the same thing. Michael Jordan was way before his time. Michael Jordan had the athleticism of the players of this era back then, and that just wasn't a thing. Like his athleticism is something different, bro. Like now when you think about athleticism, now it's like, all right, yeah, everybody, you get these. Giannis is the Greek freak because his athleticism. Zion comes in out of shape and is more athletic than 90% of the league. LeBron is LeBron with his physique, physicality, how he can move, how he goes about himself, how he conducts himself on the court, controls the game with his strength, athleticism since being 17, 18 in the league. Like, it's crazy. But Michael Jordan was doing that in a time where it was a big man dominated game, and he was soaring through the air, making stuff happen that no one's seen before. So I will give that man his respect. But when it comes to the Jordan LeBron debate, people don't understand. The people that argue for Jordan, what they value in a player is completely different from what a person who values LeBron and thinks LeBron is the GOAT, how they would say. Anyone, I'm going to speak for myself and for a lot of people that I know, because this is anyone that considers LeBron the GOAT, they also they value versatility. They value someone being able to do multiple things great instead of two things or one thing super well and kind of being hidden other places and being kind of, fabricating how they looked in other aspects. It's fair to say, if these guys had the mindset LeBron did, maybe boom. But that's the difference. They didn't have the mindset LeBron has. These guys have a killer's mindset where I'm going to do everything I can to win the game. I'm going to give us that push. I'm going to hit that shot. I'm going to take that shot. I'm going to make that shot. That's fine. You say that is a killer. That's a leader. That's an assassin. I think that's selfish. I think you could. There's no I in team, and if you want the team to win, put your team in the best position to win. And sometimes it's not solely through you, because if you are the best player in the world, you pick up a lot of gravity and a lot of eyes that other players won't pick up. So to say, in my opinion, again, to say, I got to take the last shot, you don't have to take the last shot. Like, I remember when Paul George got mad at CJ Miles a couple years ago, because CJ took the last shot, and Paul George was like, no, I got to take that. No pandemic P, you don't have to take it, bro. Like, obviously, your ass ain't been hitting shots you've been given. Like, so what do you mean you have to take it? No, any great shooter deserves to take the shot if they're open. Get those players open and make your teammates better. That's the type of mindset LeBron stands and fans will have. It's rare that you'll find somebody who stands LeBron and they want this killer mamba mentality person. It just doesn't make sense. Those people are either people that grew up in the Jordan era and that's what the game was to them, because you got to think about it. Jordan spawned a lot of people. He spawned. I think Jordan spawned mamba mentality. I just think Kobe, like everything else with Jordan, he took it and amped it up and put his own tweaks on it. That whole idea of I'm a killer, like that's Jordan's thing, and he ushered in a lot of players that's doing it that way. But now it's different, man. You got these players, you got these Lukas, you got these LaMelos, you got these Lonzos, and yes, I'm saying Lonzo. You have these players that come in the game they fit that that LeBron mold. Like, they grew up with LeBron. Like, that guy, he made it. He could hit the shot. Like, LeBron could hit the shot. LeBron could take the shot, but LeBron could also create the shot for someone else. LeBron could do things to put his team in the best situation to win, way better than anyone else that we've seen in our lifetime. So for us, those guys, like, I'm 24. I was born in 97. I witnessed a good, like, I started watching basketball seriously, like, analytically, however the fuck you say it, I don't care, bro. I really started doing that, I would say, honestly, about 2010, 2011, when I would start, like, really, like, keeping track of niggas winning and losing and knocked out the playoffs and shit like that. Other than that, I was a casual growing up. So Kobe's prime, really, I was a casual. I was a casual Laker fan. Oh, Lakers is winning, Kobe's the GOAT, fuck LeBron, because I was casual. But by 2010, I grew up a little bit, and I realized I love basketball more than I love the Lakers. And I started to analyze the game from more of a basketball fan instead of a Laker fan. And by 2013 to 14, that's probably around the time I really started considering efficiency, how many shots you're taking and making, what else are you doing for your team, assist turnover ratios, certain field goal percentages and shit like that. You know, like deep dive and nerd shit. You know, the typical shit we do when we consider players. I started doing that 2013, 2014. That's LeBron's prime. Like, you gotta think about from 2010 to 2021, that's the stretch of time that makes LeBron the GOAT to a lot of people. So that's what I grew up on. So a lot of people and that's what a lot of us that have LeBron as the GOAT grew up on. He is our Jordan. So for us, it's wild in our minds to hear people say, "Oh man, yeah, LeBron is great, but this guy was better." But what we see as great is he does everything excellent, and we can go back and nitpick. I mean, you can nitpick with LeBron, but it's not on his. I mean, other than free throws, and I ain't gonna lie, I personally nitpick Jordan's defense first. Everyone else kind of nitpicks playmaking, which that's more of a mindset thing. I believe any great player can be a good playmaker at worst if they really put their mind to it. Jordan just didn't have a mindset. So I don't really say playmaking, but his defense is the first thing I kind of question. When in his successful years, of course, in this dominant stretch, the stretch that makes him the GOAT, really. That era, that defense and this competition, those are two things I consider. Those are the two things I have a gripe about with Jordan. With LeBron James, you can't knock his competition for real, during his dominant stretch. You can't really knock his game unless you really say, yeah, man, he can't hit free throws, he can't be the GOAT. And if you're saying that, all power to you, bro. I respectfully disagree, but it's cool. It's just this debate, man. This debate goes on and on and on, and no one comes to a conclusion when really this shouldn't even be a debate. LeBron should have always been compared to Magic. LeBron's game, the way LeBron sees the game, the way he commands the game, the way he takes over the game, the way he orchestrates the game, is more of a Magic than it is a Jordan. Kobe was the perfect person to compare to Jordan based off game, and you have that debate. People don't want to have that debate now because R.I.P. Kobe, his passing, people don't want to really put negative lights on his career most of the time. Some people are still honest about it. A lot of people are still brutally honest, which is wild, but there are some people who are reluctant to be honest with Kobe, and they have this, you know, that post-mortem boost people get, man. Everyone gets it. It's in rap, it's in athletics, it's in everything. Everybody gets a post-mortem boost. But yeah, man, I didn't really come on here on no weird shit. I just wanted to, I just wanted to talk about that. Like, I've really been seeing people talking about the LeBron Jordan thing, and it just had me thinking, like, man, it's not a debate. And it's not a debate because one is better than the other. It's not a debate because they're both in their own realms. Like, they're both on the Mount Rushmore. Let's just appreciate that. Jordan and LeBron are both on the Mount Rushmore. They're probably the most important, the best. They're the two best players on the Mount Rushmore, and whichever one's better to you is based off of what you value in basketball and how you will build your team at the end of the day. Because it's not really who's better. Because really, the gap in talent, there is no gap in talent. Those are the two most talented players anyone's ever seen. Is no gap. It's preference. Do you want your player to do or die by them, or do or die by the team, or do or die in another aspect? Like, do you want your team to have a player that is the system, and you just figure out how to plug pieces in that will best work with him to get him a title because he is the system? Or do you want a player that if you put him in your system and it works right, he's hands down the best thing anyone's ever seen? That's really the question. So y'all ponder that. Let me know what y'all think. Y'all tell me who you think the GOAT is. Tell me what you define the GOAT as. And honestly, tell me who you think the upcoming GOAT could be. Yeah, man. This has been your boy. We out. That was gay. What did I do that for?